I guess I'm not used to recording things. So, I started spreading flour on these a little bit to stop them from sticking when I run them through the machine to cut them. I was going to cut them by hand, but this does have an attachment, and that's what this thing does. It cuts them into little ribbons. And I can see that I'm still pretty, even with this machine, I'm really cramped for space. And I'd be really in trouble trying to roll this out by hand. It would be like an impossibility practically. It's really important that you have really, really, really salted water. Okay, I'm going to have to cut these in half. Again. Being in the desert too, since it's so crazy dry here, that I expect they'll dry out really, really, really a lot faster than they would in anybody's house. This bowl, as you see, I'm getting this flour out of them. Actually, when they're cut, I'm just going to drop them in there so they can chill out. And then when the water gets boiling, which shouldn't be too much longer, throw some salt in there, and it takes about 60 seconds to make this stuff once you get it in the boiling water, because it's so fresh. Alright, that feels pretty good. Yeah, the machine is great. It definitely goes thinner than my other one. I didn't need to go to this thinnest setting. Wrinkles in my pasta. What are we going to do? Of course, I'm making a mess all over everything, but, oh well. What are you going to do? Yeah, that looks good. These are good. And I'll probably use the larger. So this one here is very thin. This one here is very wide. That's a little bit thinner than I was thinking of for today, but again, the water is boiling. Good timing. That's the salt. Should taste like the sea. And since this is only going to be in there for such a short time, it has to be crazy salty. Alright. Let that sit like that, I guess. We're just about ready. Alright, let's see what we get out of this, shall we? Oops. That's going to take some getting used to. There you have it. Look at that. You throw this in the pasta. Another important thing about making pasta like this is you don't use you don't pour the water into a strainer after you're done cooking, because all this extra flour will sit on the bottom of the pan that you're cooking with, which is just fine as long as you don't dump it all on top of your pasta when you're done. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's glorious. Oh yeah. Imagine my audio absolutely sucks because I'm just using the audio on that. But I don't really make videos. I'm just doing this. I don't know if you can see this or not. So nice. And voila, dinner is seconds from being served. I'll turn this back up, get that roll and boil again, get the machine out of the way. So I'm just going to make egg noodles and butter for tonight. Just because, one, I'm not that crazy hungry, and I had to make pasta at the last minute, you know? Real-time cooking, don't you know? Alright, here we go. It's coming up to a boil. This on there to really get the heat to come up fast. A little stirred, make sure they don't stick. They're not sticking at all. Great. This is room temperature. It's been out all day, for quite a while, all day actually. So it's not far from wanting to melt. Yeah, this has got to be pretty close to done. It's just sitting there. Let me take some and taste it and see. All those fails, taste it. Wow, those are long noodles. Ooh. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Mmm. They're actually really good. I'm going to give them just a second. They're just full. They're pretty close to there. I use less water than I probably really should, just because water is tight out in the desert. And it takes that much longer to boil. But I guess it'd return to a boil faster too, so I don't know. Okay. Oh, I should have cut this smaller. Oh, wow. Holds a lot of water. Okay. Let's see if I can, because I wasn't expecting that to be. I forgot that it was so dang long. I have to cut these shorter in the future. Thought I had way too much water left in here, but apparently I don't. Alright. Taste a little bit of this. Two. It's good. Muy bueno. That's maybe more butter than I wanted. Let's try half that butter. Let's try that much. See if that's all I need. That's about 2 tablespoons of butter. I guess that's probably enough for 1 serving of pasta, wouldn't you think? Oh, and I could grate up some Parmigiano Reggiano too, but we're going to go simple this time. Just this. And I can taste the saltiness in it, so that's a good thing. Well, it's certainly less exciting looking without having all that red sauce dripping all over it. But it tastes good and it smells good. And it's dinner for pennies because it's just like 100 grams of flour and an egg. Well, actually 2 eggs. Alright, well, I'm going to eat it.